We could always use more intel. Good thing you have me, and I have located a captain that has exactly what we need.
Thank you, sweetie.
Drones to deliver you anything then. It's going on? And fuck me. I love it, cuz. Love it.
Auto drive now enabled. This is London Calling. You're listening to Buckingham, your source for when they don't want you to. With me, it's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours, and yet here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turn out to be just a joke. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that are even cure. The black market means that criminal gangs can run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassan is around.
The thing you're after is around here.
How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and black market barons? We protect everyone who comes on the podcast by keeping their identities a secret. Here's veteran political reporter Ian on the power behind shortages.
I mean, what was the first thing that happened when Britain sealed itself off? Like, the first stuff that got stopped from coming in was death food.
We could always use more intel. Good thing you have me, and I have located a captain that has exactly what we need.
Thank you, sweetie.
Those drugs simply couldn't be stockpiled. We eventually found the same thing with foods that weren't produced in the UK. And the trouble with the UK was, we don't produce our own food. We never had. For 100 years, we produced under half of our own food. So as soon as those rules went up, we started having significant material problems. In Britain, always
the thing you're after is around here.
That it could go through any kind of hardship. I mean, that wasn't really the case. Actually, people during the war were far more frightened than some of the historical stuff. Now, what do we see? People who don't want to go through that. They were desperate for the things that they had before, and they were scared. So they went to the black market. The same thing.
Control, we are
where did
pursuing the suspect.
Kelly come from? It came from people wanting the things that they could previously get legitimately, and could now only get through the black market.
Target has exited the car, maintaining visual.
Control, we have a seriously injured officer.
Best not get involved in this.
Over.
Nigel, Pascal, stop it! Yes, baby, yes! That's right. What are you playing at? Do something! Anything!
Just who do you think you are?
This is great.
Returning to HQ. Search terminated.
Hospital staff are here to serve you. Treat them with respect.
Will Mr. Gables please present himself at the gynecology department?
Hang on.
There it is. You can hack in from there.
What was that?
We've got that.
I'm done! Run before I kick your ass!
If you're smart, start running now. Shit! You better back off! Out of here!
Get this off me!
If you're smart, you'll start running now.
Something's been hit! I'm reloading!
Look out! It's the gun!
We could always use more intel. Good thing you have me, and I have located a captain that has exactly what we need.
Thanks, Bags.
There's something you are making me do this.
All units, proceed to alarm location.
Colleagues or what the heck, independent your family, you just dock them in and be done with it. But I guess it could backfire. I mean, the thing is with a family, inevitably parents and their children, they end up squabbling and, you know, today's Britain, your kids are going to dob you in, so you might as well get in there first and preemptively counter-dob them in to the authorities. What's that number again? Let's call them up again. Hey, I've got someone else. It's my son. Let's call him Norris. He never tidies his bedroom. He gets up late. He listens to illegal non-government sanctioned music and is covertly plotting the downfall of the government and the restoration of a true democracy. Thank you.
Yeah, just define all your household chores as patriotic. And if they fail to do them, dob them in.
Problem solved.
If you don't do the washing up, do you even want a clean British ethno-step?
This is the bug on the Buccaneer.
The bug.
Well, before we go...
You're in. Now find the thing.
Like myself? Of course I'm myself. I've always been myself. Even in my most arrogant, nihilistic, narcissistic form, I am myself.
Subjective voice of objection.
Wouldn't you know it?
You've handled worse than this. Well, how about that?
There it is. You can hack in from there.
I hear something. Oh, you got business here.
Transfer complete. I'll get to work crunching this data for you. You did all right, I suppose. Operation complete. update your dating profiles because you can now officially call yourself a DedSec operative.
You got yourself a proper resistance cell now. Come on back round the pub when you're ready. I like to meet everybody at least once.
Choose me.
I trust these polls as much as I trust someone recommending a movie that they watched during a breakup. Your judgment is impaired, Sally. I'll make my own decisions.
I trust those polls as much as I would trust Mary Kelly if she came up to me and said, "Congratulations, Andy, you've just won a free holiday to the south of France in the back of this windowless van."
I think official polls are like the unsolicited dick pics that the government provides us. I didn't ask for it, I don't believe it, it's on an angle, you've artificially inflated it ahead of time, and anyone that falls for one deserves all the disappointment of trying to match it to reality. These polls are absolute rubbish, Andy. I read one the other day that said the plumbing in London was good, and it absolutely is not. I mean, we have this technology now where they can spy on my every bowel movement. There's a CTOS camera installed inside my underwear drawer. A media drone is scaring the birds off my garden bird feeder, and you can't get me consistently hot water.
Speaking of media drones, I mean, they're everywhere, clearly. The great thing, I guess, about media drones is that, as inanimate robots, they actually have more humanity, compassion and dignity than the human journalists we used to have to put up with, and a much more accurately calibrated moral compass. But it's the intrusion I can't stand, Alice. I'm in showbiz. Look at me here in this windowless dungeon. I'm in showbiz. And it's terrible for me, all these drones knowing I'm being filmed all the time, every day. I have to make sure I've done my hair and makeup and not wearing clothes I've ever worn before. Well, we all have crosses to bear.
At this point, they've installed so many CTOS cameras, I'm not sure where they'll put the new ones. On top of the old ones, just cameras watching other cameras, like a social media influencer face social job they don't know how to sleep without turning into monetized content.
I think that's a logical end of all society, isn't it? So if everything is just a kind of camera filming another camera. To be honest, I've just given up on all news.
For your safety and security, CCTV is in use in this location.
Hey, we met one time, you remember?
Hello? What you doing?
Hey, they'll see what I'm... You better watch yourself. I'm not gonna let my blood boil over. Hey, good to see you. Bring it down and mess with the wrong one this time. The Kellys.
Are your documents in order?
Just the right time.
Connie, mate, I've been in your pub hundreds of times. Never guessed what was going on. Of course, a lot of the time I was lagered up.
Good, it's working then. And nice work with that little errand. I mean it. So, you were wondering about influence earlier?
Go on.
See, your DedSec cell is just one of many. Roughly, influence is how we keep track of your contributions to the larger DedSec network. You can use it to target a new operative for recruitment or for field upgrades like new equipment. The idea is that the more you put into the network, the more you can take out of it.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. Anyway, that's it for now. Get out there and do some good for people. We'll talk soon.
all of your available tasks on the World Map tab of your optic interface. If you're looking for something to do, start there.
Hey. Hey there.
Maybe I didn't see you.
Doesn't help anyone.
Yeah, check this out. I think it's time for a dance break. Is no one going to challenge the Lord of the Dance?
Yes, turn it on. Anyone found
Rewind. Who wants to dance?
be prosecuted.
Oh.
Could you not be right there?
Rewind. Who wants
Let's
to
fucking
dance?
party!
Yeah, check this out. Is no one going to challenge the Lord of the Dance?
Dance like Sirs is watching.
Drowning scientist. Invent the world you want to have, people. It's going to be way, way better than the one you've actually got. From the bug, goodbye. From the Buccaneer, this is the bug.
Artificial intelligence advances on nearly every sector.
Lucky you. There's a shipment that needs to be destroyed, and it has your name on it.
On my way.
Is affecting the lives of Londoners who have lost or are about to lose their livelihoods.
You found the place.
Be alive, you know?
There, good and fucked. Well done.
They're not getting away that easy. Burn out.
What? It's not too late to give in.
Oh.
Your bum buckler.
found it. Now find some way to destroy it.
What the hell?
We are here.
I thought you'd just smash it to bits, but you smashed the bits to bits.
Just surrender!
Moving, moving!
Engaging target. Engaging hostile target. Engaging target.
I need backup now!
Neutralizing hostile target.
Get down!
There, good and fucked. Well done. You enjoyed destroying that, didn't you? I know I did.
Auto drive now enabled.
Hello, resistors. It's bug time. Are you all sitting comfortably? No? Good. That's as it should be. This is The Bug. I'm Andy, and joining me to analyse the latest blowflies to emerge from the corpse of a once-free Britain, it's Alice.
Hello, Andy.
And today, we're going to talk to you about Albion, your friends and mine. Alice, the government has extended Albion's contract and have also boasted that violent crime has plummeted to a record low. Now, extending Albion's contract, to me, that's like having a pet dog, let's call it Nigel for the sake of argument, that attacks you every single day and thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be nice if Nigel had puppies?
That contract has been extended so many times. It's like the neck of a politician that's criticised the government.
I'm not sure entirely how those contract extension negotiations went. Probably like a footballer. In the old days, I assume Albion's agent was leaking stories to the press about how our favourite private militia was being tapped up by Barcelona. The government panics and thinks, well, we better get them signed up before it's too late. But still, violent crime, a record low, although I imagine that probably depends exactly how you count it. If you include violent crime committed by the state, either themselves or via Albion, their chosen violent crime contractors who provide such a very valuable bargain service of beating people up, well, it's probably not quite as low as the figures suggest.
I don't know. I think they're probably right. Who has the opportunity to commit violent crime these days anyway? The moment you pick up a fruit knife, you get tasered by a robot policeman and deported for looking Bulgarian. It's a much more peaceful society. It's just much less of a society.
I want to know the details of the contracts, Alice. I mean, are they paid per dissident duffed up? Is it a set rate for each extrajudicial state mugging? And what is that rate? What do you think?
Well, they certainly look like they're trying to hit a quota of some kind.
Well, what is the set rate? Is it, 99.95 cryptos bargain? Seems very reasonable indeed. I imagine they don't ask too much anyway. Albion, because it's just so nice to get paid for doing your hobby anyway, isn't it? I imagine it doesn't even feel like work.
I mean, who needs violent crime anymore anyway? You know, you can just starve to death without even starting a gang war.
We do have to ask
Auto drive now disabled.
Ah, I have found another wayward soul in need of help. Go rescue them before they reach their imminent demise.
Hello, is the Prime Minister there, please? Let me just check. Sorry, you've missed him. I'm afraid he's popped out for the decade. Oh, never mind. Is there anyone else I can talk to? Yes, of course. There's a shady cabal of vested interests in control and propping up in power. Great, I'll have a chat with them then.
Oh, and you remember when you could get away with prank calls without people coming round to your house to beat the shit out of you?
Oh, happy times.
You're listening to The Bug.
Did you think the Prime Minister will ever come back?
I don't think we've ever had a Prime Minister.
Well, that's a much more reassuring way of looking at things. What have we become? Alice, when you look at the state of our politics, we're supposed to have the Mother of Parliaments. Well, this is one mother who has practically abandoned her kids in the woods to be brought up by wolves. And let me tell you, that never works out like it does in the stories. Wolves are bad parents. Unless you're a wolf, in which case they can do a job bringing you up as a wolf. Do not give your children to wolves. And do we actually own anything as a country now? Is there anything we haven't flogged off for profit? I think we've basically just become a homeopathic Britain, diluted and diluted until there's barely...
The thing you're after is around here. Get to him fast.
Right, this ends now. Really want to do this?
There he is. Get him out. That's the vehicle there. Right, time to get him out.
Failure to do so is a crime.
This is utter nonsense.
All units, proceed to alarm location. Acknowledge, over.
Whoever triggered the alarm will be here. This
sounding the alarm. It may be signs of the intruder.
Whoever set it up must be around here.
You've got it. You're being followed. Try and lose them. Seems like you got away.
To be outraged about this, but
That's done it. You've gotten away.
I'm sorry, baby, I love you, but an anonymous source has reported you for snoring really loudly in a French way.
So, everyone out, no exceptions. Alice, not even you. It's for the good of the country. Everyone out. Unless you can prove that your family are in the background on the Bayeux Tapestry cheering on King Harold at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Get out! Actually, that's not British enough. Unless you can show, unarguably, that your direct bloodline is untainted by anything since before the Romans. Actually, scratch that. Unless your direct ancestor was personally responsible for building Stonehenge, get out of my country. I guess when you look at it, you know, the best ways to stop immigration, apart from obviously the end of the world, to make the place you want to stop people coming to as unpleasant as possible. So,
well, we absolutely are doing that, Andy.
well, you know, fair play to the government for helping us with that. Another option: extend the White Cliffs of Dover. They've been resting on their laurels for too long. Very inefficient, it turns out, as a means of stopping immigration. We need to extend them by about another 11,000 miles, a full wrap around Great Britain, and they could do it being about 1.5 kilometres higher as well, with a special greasy coating to stop people clambering over the top.
Delivery complete.
You're famous, right?
I will conclude by saying, out of all the things wrong with Britain today, I think immigration is right up there, Alice. When you think of all the health professionals we've stolen from overseas over the years here in Britain...
I've got a lead on some hapless twit who got on the wrong side of Clan Kelly. Why don't you give them a hand?
Yes, Andy certainly is someone who came from the expanded arm of the empire when Britain was still reaching out rather than folding in on itself. Most of us just come here to visit our stuff in the museums.
It's the British way.
Speaking of international movement, Britain has recalled all European ambassadors after a spy scandal. I think this is probably a good thing, because British foreign politicians are always putting their foot in their mouths. How much worse can they do if they're not there? I mean, by definition, the fact that there's a spy scandal means that they were terrible spies. The point of spies is that there's never a spy scandal.
Yeah, but let's give credit to all the spies that haven't been in scandals and therefore might as well not exist.
Well, they've arrested those German spies in that SIRS crackdown on the illegals in Hackney, and I think that's a sad thing. I think I used to think of Germans as quite scary, but that was because I'd been watching World War II movies where the Germans all have English accents. They speak in that very, like, precise way. It's very, you know, we have ways of making you talk. And now Germans all have that American accent where it's all like...
Oi, what's your fucking problem?
Welcome to the party. We're having a really nice time. They're much friendlier Germans. Let them stay.
Well, that's all today, Bugsters. Remember, it's not as bad as it seems. Honestly. I hope. Until next time. Bye-bye.
The thing you're after is around here. That's the target. Should be hackable.
Checking it out.
The truck was around there. See?
Watch out for the fighters! Give yourself up!
Back up, now!
Ah!
Hi, Mom!
Persons found in possession of contraband will be prosecuted.
Spread out. Find that twat. Nothing. Gonna keep moving.
Nothing suspicious here. Keep looking. Shit, see that? Look out for the intruder.
Last, something original.
Check out that door. Someone's compromised security.
I don't see shit. It's not in it.
We just have to find them.
Transfer complete. Get to her quickly.
The hell was that? You just give up!
The hostage is in here. Let's get her out. Get her out. Seems like you got away. Now she owes us. You did all right, I suppose.
And yeah, rioting is a great sport. I mean, it's fun for all the family. It's guaranteed action. It's pleasingly violent. I mean, I know the underdogs never win, but I mean that's like top level football have become. But it's still fun.
Go team, people of Britain.
Might even crushed by the machinery of the stadium. Still, good effort. Lots of positives to take away from today's riot. We'll come back stronger next time. Our luck's going to turn. I can feel it. It's
Auto
our
drive
season.
now
It's our
enabled.
season.
You can't spell riot without right, and by right I mean right wing.
So, who do we turn to for help, support and assistance in desperate times like these? Well, our artificially intelligent friend Bagley's rogue, estranged brother. The one that tells it as it really is, not as it is pretending to be. Exclusive to this show, Bugley.
Auto drive now disabled.
With Bugley. Here goes. Bugley.
Hello, Andy.
Bugley, tell me the part.
Find true lasting happiness. Find a disused quarry, scream into it for half an hour, and then lock yourself in a shed forever.
Thanks, Bugley. You know the answer to everything.
Hey, Bugley, how many seashells does she sell by the seashore?
Alice, most of the seashore is now uninhabitable, so I would highly recommend she sees her doctor before engaging in any commercial proximity to the ocean.
Bugley,
Auto drive
how can I
now
stop worrying
enabled.
about being disappeared